moon or lunar. So, demi-lune. Okay, so this is a mixed gland according to the type of secretion. Okay, this is another section, a different slide of the same organ, submandibular gland, showing you mixed acinus, okay, with serous demi-lune. Okay, so during the examination, if we want you to classify it, we will focus on area wherein here you can see both the mucus and the serous. You don't have to search for it. Okay, if you see only, if you see purely serous, it means that we focus it in this area because it's all serous. There's no other component. Okay, classify gland according to the nature of secretion. Okay, you can answer mucus, but to be strict, it is also a mixed gland, predominantly mucus. But if you answer mucus, yes, you can also consider. So the submandibular gland is mixed gland, predominantly serous. Okay, you have more serous gland. Okay, so this is from the sublingual gland. Okay, so mucus, clear cytoplasm, the nuclei are pushed to the basal part of the epithelial cell. Okay, classify according to the nature of secretion again. Classify according to the nature of secretion. Nasaan na yung microphone? Where's the microphone? Still with you. No one wants to take it? Give it to your seatmate. Yes, now classify the gland according to the nature of secretion.
Ma'am, I think it's serous.
Serous, correct. Okay, this is serous gland. Now classify next. Your seatmate. Next. Classify according to morphology. Classify gland according to morphology.
Hindi ko alam. Kaya mo yan. Hindi ko alam.
According to morphology. Next, nasa na? Pinagpapasa-pasahan nila. According to morphology. Okay, when you say morphology, it is based on the number of the duct and the shape of the secretory unit. So obviously, this is a large gland. You have here your intralobular duct. So it is not a simple gland. So it's a compound gland. Compound. And what is the shape of the secretory unit? What's the shape of the secretory unit?
Acinar.
Acinar. So it's a compound acinar gland according to morphology. Okay, this is your pancreas. Yan, pancreas also. This is acinar, and this is the duct. Okay, compound acinar gland. Okay, the color is a little bit medyo brown, but classify gland according to the nature of secretion again. According to the nature of secretion, mixed. Okay, mixed. You have mucus and you have serous. Okay, this is serous demilune. Okay, so this is a mixed gland. But it is taken from the esophagus. Alright, so this is a pale staining organ because mainly of the type, because of the type of the tissue. Okay. There. This is a clue. Classify pointed tissue. Classify the pointed tissue. Classify the pointed tissue. This is high power. So let's start again.
Mesenchymal tissue.
I cannot see you. There. So this is, when you say mesenchymal, what's the other embryonic type of tissue? The other one.
Mucoid.
Mucoid or mucous connective tissue. This is the umbilical cord. So this is one of the vessels of your umbilical cord, the artery. And you have here mucous connective tissue. So you have more ground substance than compared to the cells and the fibers. Okay, that's why it's pale. Sound effects. Okay, that's why it's pale. It's mainly ground substance. And ground substance dissolved during processing of the tissue. So what is left is mainly these are spaces with few fibers and your fibroblasts. Okay. Now classify the tissue. Classify the pointed tissue.
Adipose tissue.
Adipose. Where are you? Yon. Adipose tissue, correct. This is adipose tissue. You see, it is composed of lobules and sheets of mature adipocytes or fat cells. Okay, and the nucleus is on one side, so you have your signet ring appearance of your adipocyte or fat cell. Okay, it's clear because the fat dissolved during processing. Okay, next. Familiar? Have you seen this during your laboratory period?
No.
Nakita niyo ba to during your lab? Parang the microphone is not infected. Okay, this is also a type of tissue. The core is composed of what type of tissue? Classify the pointed tissue. I want to call on Stephanie. Stephanie ko. Next Si Audrey yan eh. Okay, classify pointed tissue.
Di ba pinakita niya yun kanina? Yung parang... Iba pa.
Classify. So, this is a chorionic villus.
Okay.
This is a chorionic villus. This is also a chorionic villus. So, you have several chorionic villi. So, classify the core or the pointed tissue. Nasaan na si Stephanie? What's the answer? Classify the pointed tissue. Classify. Ay, nawala na. Where's the microphone? Classify. There are only two types of your embryonic connective tissue. The other one has been mentioned, mucous. So this must be what? The mesenchymal connective tissue. Okay, mesenchymal composed of your mesenchymal cells. And few fibers. Yes.
Question po, how do we know if it's in the embryonic stage of yung cells?
How do you know if it's embryonic or adult?
Opo.
Okay. You base it on the morphology, so the structure. Okay, mucous, you see it's very pale because you have more ground substance and a few cells and a few fibers. Okay, mesenchymal, okay, you have fibroblast and fibers also. Okay, that's why you have to look at your slides, not 10 times, not 15 times. How many times? As much as you can. As much as you can, as much as you have the strength. That's how you can identify and classify. Placenta. This is the placenta composed of chorionic villi. These are chorionic villi. Okay. So it's not an overnight process, huh? I see the tissue now, I know it tomorrow. We have to practice